Send your teacher's name, hometown, photo to shoutout at WBIR.com. Then look for the shout out all week right here on 10 News Today. And right now we're shouting out Amy Gamble from Alcoa Intermediate School. Thanks to Alex for sending in this one. Perry sending a shout out to Anita Pippin from Coppin Basin High School. Congratulations to her and thanks. And we'll be right back.
It's 5:24. Each and every day, teachers are spending countless hours bringing the classroom to the homes of students from all over the country. Reporter Gabrielle Hayes introduces us to one special teacher from Monroe County.
My name is CHERYL and I teach first grade at Madisonville Primary School in Monroe County. Teaching during this pandemic has been interesting because we've shifted from classroom to online. It's also been interesting because my teammates and I have talked about in the last few weeks just how much we love what we do, and when you can't be there with the kids, you are reminded of just how much you enjoy teaching and how much you miss your students. And so we've talked about that often, and we look forward to normal. We really do. And that's wonderful to have a school family. I think my favorite part is when a child learns something new and they get it for the very first time before they can even yell at you that they've got it, because 6- and 7-year-olds will yell when they've got something new. They're excited. Is you see it on their face. You can see the excitement and you can see how proud they are. And it's just wonderful to stand back and watch that happen. So I think that's my favorite part. It's part of our job to encourage students, co-workers, and parents, because we all have hard days and we all need to hear that we're doing a good job.
And we've been asking you to send in your shout out to your favorite teacher. And here's a few we've received. We've gotten so many, by the way. Weston Belford and his family want to give a shout out to Miss Sandra Gwynn, who's a kindergarten teacher at Hardin Valley Elementary. They say she's loving, kind, and makes learning fun. And thanks to Pam for sending in a shout out to Cindy Dunlap. She's a PE teacher at Bean Station School in Granger County and is retiring this year. Congrats to you. And here's a picture of Joan Washington. Faye wants to say thank you to her for more than 30 years of service to Knox County schools. And all this week we're celebrating educators with a special shout out to teachers. Send your favorite teacher's name, hometown. Amen. And we've been asking for you to send in your shout outs to your favorite teachers. And here's a few we've received. Shout out to Ms. Ogle and Ms. Hayworth at Carpenters Elementary School. Alexis Hardwich says, thank you for making 3rd grade rock. And here's a shout out to Russell McCurdy, who is the music and band teacher at Heritage High School. Elizabeth Ward says he cares so deeply for the kids and gives his absolute all. And here's a shout out to Amanda Binder, a 4th grade teacher at Woodland Elementary. Hello to you as well. And all this week we're celebrating educators with a shout out to teachers. Send your favorite teacher's name, your hometown, and a picture to shoutout at WBIR.com. Then look for their shout out.
To shout out at WBIR.com and then look for it all week here on 10 News Today like this one. Caitlin Jack wants to give a big shout out to Mr. McGinley at Carpenters Elementary. She says, thank you for being a great teacher. And here's a shout out to Patience Vada. She is a 3rd grade teacher at Pleasant Ridge Elementary School. We'll be right back. Honoring the teachers who continue to shape lives and make a difference every single day, and we've been asking you to send in your shout outs, and you have done so. Brittany Pickett is a teacher at Friendsville Elementary. Zach loves you and misses you. And here's a picture of Cheryl Case Hill from Decatur, and a shout out to Daniel McIntyre from Norris. Renee says he makes learning fun. And don't forget, you can send your teacher's name, hometown, and photo to shoutout at WBIR.com.
Thanks, Leslie. And we've been asking for you to send in your shout out to your favorite teacher. Here's a few we received. Chance wants to give a shout out to Heather PLEMONS from Cedar Bluff Elementary School. She recently had an ice cream social on Zoom for her class so they could all stay in touch. That's cute. And a shout out to 8th grade English teacher Jara Snyder. Rebecca says she has gone above and beyond throughout the distance learning process, and kindness is key in leadership. And here's a shout out to 5th grade teacher Jessica McKinney from Claxton Elementary. Martha says she has a very caring and loving spirit. And I have to give a shout out to my son's 3rd grade teacher, Mrs. Reyes. We were just texting. She was giving me some ideas for some camps, some virtual camps this summer, which is exciting. So hi, Miss Reyes and family. Thanks for watching. Shout out to you too.